The recording is in progress, sir.
Good morning. On behalf of Conflict and Resilience Research Institute Canada, I welcome all of you to the project launch. And the project is titled Indigenous-Led Arctic Sovereignty and Climate Security in a Shifting US-Canada Landscape, in short, ICASUS, ICASUS. We are very pleased to introduce our project team today, and we would like to discuss very briefly about our project objectives and outline with the time frame that we have planned so far. So first, I would like to acknowledge that the Institute is located on the original lands of Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of Métis Nation. We all are working together in the true spirit of truth and reconciliation. Dear audience and fellow members, those who will be watching us in this project, we welcome you always to follow us in our social media sites, and also suggest us what you want to support us in this project. And in the first part of our today's session, I would like to have a meet and greet session, and I'd like to start with our most important collaborator and supporter in this project, Tracy Wallace. She has joined kindly from Whitehorse, Yukon, and she is the executive director of Northern Council. So, with her, I will request all of you to kindly introduce yourself very briefly and how you are connected with this project and what you think with this project. So, first of all, I'll start. My name is Kausar Ahmed. I'm an adjunct professor at the University of Winnipeg and Manitoba. And this is my privilege to lead this project. And we are going to work together as a team. So, Tracy, why don't you go first? Thank you.
Thanks, Kausar. And again, my apologies for getting the time zone messed up. Yes, Tracy Wallace. I've been the executive director of the Northern Council for Global Cooperation for the past 12 years, based in Whitehorse, Yukon, on Tahan Quechin and Kwalnandun lands. And invite you to come up at any time. It's beautiful here, especially this time of year. Excuse me. Yeah, we've been, when Kausar first mentioned the project, I did reach out to a few friends, collaborators, to see what their interest would be in looking at this Arctic security with the University of Winnipeg, and they were quite keen. I'm happy to say. So I look forward to understanding better how we might work together and going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. And I think I would love to mention that MCIC's executive director, Janice, she actually connected us with Tracy. And Tracy is playing a very important role in her capacity in Yukon, connecting Indigenous groups and mobilizing people for knowledge sharing. And today we'll discuss more about it. And my plan is to have more project meeting so that we are all clear what we're doing. Now I'll request Professor Imdad to kindly say a few words introducing himself.
Thank you, Dr. Kausar. My name is Imdad Haq. I'm a professor at the Natural Resources Institute, University of Manitoba. In terms of my involvement, we just completed a project on military involvement in disasters, primarily in the Canadian context, and we are making a number of contributions in the peer-reviewed journals and other knowledge products. This Arctic issue is very timely, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Imdad. Professor Imdad is the lead in many of the projects regarding Indigenous activities and climate change in Canada. Now I'll welcome David Newman. David, if you kindly introduce.
David Newman from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. My involvement is not as an academic. I have had after graduating from Dalhousie Law School, had 52 years as a licensed lawyer in the practice of what I've always now called general advocacy and peace building. And within that framework, it involved everything from human rights, labor relations, environmental matters, and indigenous matters. And in my practical experience that is relevant and really attracted me into this project is number one, I became aware that the greatest challenge that we had as a city, province, and country, and I would even argue globally, is our lack of appreciation, understanding, and adoption of values of Indigenous peoples from around the world. And the result of my own choice, I offered myself for public service and ended up in the legislative branch as an elected member for what is the Riel constituency, named after Louis Riel, now the honorary founder of the province of Manitoba, who was Métis, but was hung for treason. And I, in the legislative branch, I was very quickly seconded to review and chair the review of the civil justice system after 27 years of my experience in law, and did a report which ended up with a circle of people holding hands as the image, and a scale of justice on one side and a little circle on the other side, all meaning that it's the people's system. And the little circle really meant transformative justice, including the concept of Indigenous restorative justice. I was appointed to be Minister of Energy and Mines and Northern and Native Affairs, responsible for two Crown corporations, Manitoba Hydro and the Community Economic Development Fund, and was Deputy House Leader all at the same time. And it gave me an enormous in-depth immersion 24/7 for 3 years in the great need to appreciate, understand, and deal with the Indigenous challenges and the Indigenous opportunities and the Indigenous contribution that can be and should have been made to the world long ago in the mainstream. I also served on the Nunavut Planning Commission from 2006 to 2009, and had the great privilege of visiting many hamlets in Nunavut, making many Inuit friends, being the only Kabluna from the south on the commission. It was a very immersive experience as well. So I gained a great appreciation for not only as a lawyer before that and as a minister, but then somebody dealing with the Inuit part of our I have spent the rest of my life and now as 100% volunteer trying to really save the world from human-caused extinction. And I believe that we all start with our own city, our own region, our own country, and by example. So this is a huge opportunity, I think, for on the Arctic sovereignty issue to deal with something which is of fundamental importance to the whole world. And we can do our part out of from Whitehorse, from the Yukon, which I've not only visited and met with ministers over the years, but over 50 years ago, I hiked in the Kluane National Park through the mountains, and so have vivid, positive memories of that part of the world. And because of their proximity to Alaska and their combination of First Nations modern day treaties, plus the connection to the Inuit peoples. And I really think that there's a huge opportunity. And Tracy, so delighted you're involved. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. And for others, David is also our founder advisor and a very active supporter of Creek's activities. Dr. Haider, why don't you come forward now and introduce yourself?
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. it is a great opportunity to get involved in this project. Although I'll be working as a volunteer and I'll be learning from all of you and try to contribute as much as possible. But my background is in the last more than a decade, I worked on different indigenous issues in Tirong Hill Tracts, and I conducted research on Rohingya issues and then Myanmar and Northeast Indian issues like non-state actors, then trans-border organized crimes and peace building and inclusive development, all these issues. And I had opportunity to present my paper and my topic, discussion topic in various forums in different seminar, like in George Marshall Center, Germany, then in USA, and also in Turkey. So here also, I'll try to learn as much as possible and try to contribute as a volunteer. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Haider. And he is working with us as a senior research associate, and he lives and works from Bangladesh. Sadman Sakib, our research assistant in this project. Sadman, briefly introduce yourself and then again, very briefly show the website that is up and running now. Go ahead.
Thank you for giving me the floor, Professor. So I'm Mohammad Sadman Sakib. I have recently finished my master's with Dr. My supervisor being Dr. Imdad Haq and my committee member being Dr. Kasra Ahmed. And also, as Dr. Haq mentioned about the project regarding the military in the project, basically, my thesis was on that, and I was working the project. And also, we are trying to we have already published one, and we are trying to publish more articles and research articles on that. We're currently working on that. Currently, I'm posted in Thompson. I'm working for the Public Services Delivery. And this is just about me. And as Professor requested for the website, so now I'm going to share the website. So this is the website. Sorry, it didn't start from upwards. Okay, so this is the website what we have developed for this project. So in the homepage, we have information about the project pillars, the approach, and the team members, basically. So whenever you click on them, you will get the information about the person. So or if you just go on read more, then it will take you to the team members. So it's not updated, so we will update. So there are informations about the team members. And then we have the second part, which is known as for the event. In the events part, we posted about the how we will do the events and how things will go on with the indigenous participation, public engagement, and how we will stay connect. The information regarding that. In resources, we have prepared the timeline, the project timeline, and the milestone is prepared in 3 different phases with the time method and the method and research analysis and mobilization is everything is there. Then we have about the news. Basically, here we put on basically these news are selected and put here as a part of this project that, okay, the resources, the informations regarding Arctic sovereignty or the military exercises, what is going on about the indigenous communities, what their basically new plans or anything else about the climate justice and everything. Basically, it is there. So if anyone wants a reference material, they can actually have a look at it and know about why this project is important. Then we have the part about our project, about the project we have, why it matters, about Creek and others. So we already have that. And lastly, we have the contact information. So here anyone can contact. With time, we will start we will start uploading the videos here in the website as well for the as we have several webinars and different events. So those are going to be in the website as well. And all the posters and the papers, whatever we do or whatever we write, the reports, everything will be publicly available in another page in a new segment. So this was about the website. Thank you.
Thank you. If you unshare, yeah. Thank you, Sadman. And last but not the least, Yamur Ahmed Orko. He works for the Canadian Armed Forces based out of Ottawa. Orko, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Orko. I'm a corporal with the Canadian Armed Forces. I'm currently working with Canadian Forces Network Operations Command, and we fall under the umbrella of Canadian Armed Forces Cyber Command, based out of Ottawa in the beautiful NCR. So essentially, a lot of what we do, we can't tell the public about, unfortunately. So the Arctic mission for Canada, at least, has piqued a lot of interest within the Ottawa area. And given my current my association, my current organization, there has been some cyber level threats happening out there. So given that, we are involved in helping out with Operation Nanook currently, which has been running since 2017. My background is in finance. I do not have any cyber expertise whatsoever, but I can definitely connect the project to a cyber specialist who can definitely give more of a background information on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Orko. Appreciate it. The audience, I'm going to very briefly talk about less than a minute about the project and phases and its objectives. As I said, we have named the project as Indigenous-Led Arctic Sovereignty and Climate Security in a shifting US-Canada strategic landscape. It focuses on two interrelated dimensions of Arctic sovereignty. First is Indigenous leadership in Arctic governance, examining how Inuit, Gwich'in, Athabaskan, and other governance system strengthen security, sovereignty, and resilience, including their role in emergency management and defense cooperation. And secondly, we are going to look in this project at climates and security dynamics, assessing how climate change driven shifts such as permafrost degradation, sea ice loss, and extreme weather affect Canadian Armed Forces readiness in Arctic infrastructure resilience and Northern policy framework. And we have two phases in this project, which will run from October to December, where we'll include literature reviews and policy analysis, followed by structured virtual consultation, risk assessment, and strategic options report. In this particular phase, I will be seeking your help and your suggestions to bring in experts for our webinars. So the experts, they will be requested to speak on their respective topics. And with Tracy and others, Dr. Heather, we are going to list probable topics, and Dr. Imdad will vet it, David as well, and then we'll start inviting people to come in and talk. So these will remain in our channel, and we can also use it as qualitative data for our report. Phase two, basically hybrid workshops in Winnipeg, Ottawa, and we have added one more workshop with Tracy at her place, Yukon. So there'll be 3 workshops, and 2 we have already determined during the project submission, and we have added a new one after we discussed with Tracy and her team. And the project will conclude in June, end of June, with our wrap-up conference in Ottawa. And one of the most important output of this project will be a policy paper for D&D and fellows in there, those who are running MINDS project, so that we outline our findings, particularly the Indigenous-led security component. Finally, I would like to also announce that we have come into agreement with Northern Council, where Tracy is the executive director, with an MOU, and we just have inked it yesterday. So it is kind of a little bit of a formal relationship with the council and us with regards to this project and beyond. And this is just a humble beginning. We are trying to address some of these key questions, but we look forward to working with Tracy and her group in the future as well, in a larger framework, which can be expected. And finally, one point, Tracy led us to one of the very, I would say, interesting seminar symposium coming up on 22nd of this month, organized by a German think tank. In short, it's called KAS. You can always browse and find them. But I tried to kind of register, but it was already closed, so I couldn't register myself. But we are going to watch their live streaming on 22nd and pick up some of these important points. And thanks to Tracy for directing us to that site. So I'll stop here, and I would like to express my deep gratitude for being with us and supporting this project. But now floor is open. If you have any last point, you can kindly share with us. Go ahead. Tracy, particularly if you have any questions for us.
No, I appreciate that. And I'm really looking forward to working with you all and your expertise and, learning a lot. I'm not an Arctic security expert by any means, but we do have some people that I think would be really, open to learning alongside and all of you learning alongside them as well. We did send a message to the organizers of KAS to see if we could get one last registration, and we haven't heard back yet. So we do have someone on our board that has done a lot of work in the circumpolar north and in the Arctic. So she was very interested, and it's been a very quiet. No one really has heard of the conference, so it's interesting. So we want to know who's going to be there. We see some of the speakers, but we don't see local speakers. So that's very interesting. But we'll watch. We'll be watching.
That would be great. Actually, Tracy, I desperately contacted them. So someone responded from Berlin, and because their headquarters is in Berlin, so she responded first that no, you can't come because registration is over. And then another 3-4 emails, and then she said that okay, it will be live stream here. So I'll send you the link if you want, so you can possibly see who all are speaking.
Great, and I will ask in the next few days if anyone,
thank you,
other people would be joining from here.
Fantastic. And I do see they have an office in Ottawa. Maybe we can request Orko to follow up if he can reach out to them. So, Professor Imdad, if you have some last words, sir, go ahead, sir.
No, Tracy, it's nice to meet you. Could you please tell us very briefly about NCGC, about your organization?
So yes, thank you. NCGC is we're part of a larger coalition of councils, and Dr. Ahmed is part of the Manitoba Council for International Cooperation. So we have offices from coast to coast to coast. We're funded by Global Affairs Canada, mostly in their development division, on creating opportunities for people to better understand what's happening in the world, mostly through overseas ODA, overseas development assistance, in countries in the global south. It's mostly focused on education. Part of what we also do is we work with Nordic and Polar relations, and we've had a program with them for the last 3 years on. It's interesting that you know, how do we bring Indigenous peoples into policy spaces, and that's one of the programs we're working on. So
excellent.
In short.
Thank you.
David, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing it.
David, last words.
I think what this is all about, we don't have a single First Nations, Métis, or Inuit person on this team. But what that means is we're all learners. So, but learners want to learn from Indigenous peoples, especially those who live and breathe and survive and thrive in the Arctic. So it is from them that the concept of human security in its broadest sense, social, economic, and what is, of course, we all think of as defense, is, I think, an approach to human security that somebody like Lloyd Axworthy, who invented the concept, the United Nations, who embraced it, have a great need for more research from the Indigenous peoples themselves. And it is all about them being heard and them having power in where we go as a country and where the world goes. So I look forward so much to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for being here with us, supporting our project. And moving forward, as David rightly mentioned, we'll be reaching out through Tracy and her organization to some of the communities down there. And as we have already planned and added one extra, I would say, action items in our project, we are going to run a whole day workshop with the help of Tracy's organization in Yukon. So we are going to finalize a date with Tracy and her team. And also, I forgot to mention that we are going to hire one Indigenous graduate student through Tracy's organization, who is going to be closely working with us throughout the project work. So this is one of the ways we are trying to possibly compensate our knowledge on the Indigenous component in this project. But we are hoping very much that through this workshop, we'll get to know more people there. And we are going to go physically there. It's not, it will be hybrid, of course, because we'll live stream, but some of us project team members will go physically at Tracy's place, and we'll organize that one. So we have outlined some of these things in our MOU. So I will,
just on that, and Tracy, I would urge that there be Indigenous knowledge keeper representation from the Indigenous peoples of the area throughout that day. And it is hugely important that they have a sense of trust and ownership in where this is going, because it is Indigenous-led. So that's going to be the beginning of that demonstrably. Thank you.
Yeah, I would have invited the elder that I've been working with over the last few years.
fantastic. Excellent.
He's out hunting this week. So.
Thank you, Tracy. But anyways, I mean, this is awesome that you are here and we can talk to you directly, and you are so responsive. Thank you so much on behalf of the team, Tracy. And we'll be keeping you, informed what we are doing. And under the guidance of Professor Imdad, we are going to draft up our actions and our few steps later on. And also just to announce that Dr. Haidar will be our main research lead in this project, under which he will monitor a lot of activities from distance, of course. Thank you so much once again. Have a nice rest of the day wherever you are. Stay safe, stay well, and do follow us www.cric.org. Bye-bye.
Thank you.